Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Xenobears plays Xenogears Part 3. And last time we were off on the road to Nissan. We just finished rescuing Margie. Gave Choo Choo the spider and got the ether veiler from her. And now it's time to go grinding. Yeah, so who the heck is he? Charon Ramses of the Holy Solaris Empire's Special Foreign Affairs Agency. In other words, he's the commander-in-chief of Gebler. It seems that Gebler isn't just after the excavation sites around off after all. You mean they're not after the Jasper? If that's their only goal, they wouldn't need to send an important man like him. Young master, this could be unexpectedly complicated. I think my secret voice is better when my voice is a little rough, actually. Doc hasn't come back yet, has he? Doc. No need to worry about him. He'll join us soon. We shall have to enter to Nissan through the secret road. Let's keep on the lookout for a lone tree in the desert as a sign of where the road lies buried. Shall we launch the Yggdrasil? Go ahead. Now, I do wish you had more control over the camera angle in this game. I already know where the road to Nissan is because, well, I've seen the tree already. But I don't want to go straight there, really. Oh, wrong button. I hit circle instead of X. There's something I want to buy in Nissan. Before I go. But I'm gonna need a lot of money. Now I see why you came down to the surface. Alright, I understand you, but Charon Ramses taking over the post of Av is pretty annoying. The home country might have had some special reasons. Yeah, obviously. But perhaps there's still a chance of success. You and I, who used to be called elements at the commander's training school Jugend, are both here. I hope you're right. By the way, she is still... According to Faye, there was a female aide on Carr's side, and he said that she had indigo blue eyes and hair, so it must be her. So all the old elements members are on the surface world now. I guess so. Hyuga, to be honest with you, she scares me. She supports Carr and is kind to anyone, I know that very well, but sometimes I felt a strange fear in her. That should be fear of her. Mistranslation? That bothers me more than Carr being in this land. That cannot be true, not of her. Yeah, I don't want to believe it either. But don't you remember how I could always sense these things quite accurately? Right. By the way, have you told the young one yet? No, not yet. I don't want him to worry until we know exactly what Solaris' objectives really are. But I have to tell him eventually, though. Anyway, Hyuga, have you gotten any information? Not really. I've left there before going into the center section. Faye! Oh, it's you, Bart. Don't scare me. Sorry, Dari. It sounded like Sig and your doctor friend know each other pretty darn well. Sig, damn, I thought I knew everything about that guy. When did Doc get back? Faye, just accept it for what it is. It's a JRPG, an old school one. Everybody can get around the world much more easily than you. I'll complete the remaining checks on board. I'll leave the rest up to you, Mason. As you wish. I will have the honor of accompanying the others. Bartholomew, healthy as ever, I hope. Yeah, how's the town? Since we got word several days ago that there might be an army advancing from the royal capital, the sex representatives have been in discussion. What do they come up with? For now, they just plan to improve the local defenses. Also, anti-Shakan people have been gathering here, probably because they heard about what's going on. That's reassuring. Yes. However, the residents are starting to feel uneasy. People are starting to take refuge up north in the mountain. Can't blame them. By the way, how's Marguerite? Better than we thought, but I know she was in a lot of grief. Marguerite, I'm so glad you're safe. Thanks. All the townspeople are overjoyed by the Great Mother's return. And as odd as it is, I'm leaving town immediately. Because there's something I need to do. Two eternities later. Okay. Oh, no problem, sir. Alright, I'm gonna advance the story a bit. The ether doubler's just a nice to have anyway. And I don't want this entire stream just to be me grinding. It does the heart good to see the innocent play of children. Neither of us serve heaven within the Nissan Cathedral, but we pray here daily as ones who have lived here for many years. Out of the way, out of the way! These are the people who took care of me when I was small. Oh, Bart, I'm glad you're well. The people at the Hidden Port contacted us just before you came into town. I've already contacted the monastery. Please take Margie up there as soon as possible. She'll be so happy, not to mention the sisters. I must hurry and see the sisters. Margie! I love the implication that it was the sisters who were singing the hymn. Margie! I'm back, everyone. Oh, Margie, we're so glad you're safe. Yes, it is all thanks to Bart and his men. We just received word, so we were singing a hymn of praise and joy. We're so happy. Oh, what a relief. Welcome back, Margie. We had faith that you and your cousin Bart would one day return safely. We and your other friends have been waiting for you. Sister Agnes! Unfortunately, your mother and the Blessed Royal Mother. I know, Sister Agnes. I heard about it at the royal capital. But at least I have made it back. I'll never go anywhere or leave you from now on. I won't make you all worry anymore, ever again. Bless you, my dear. Sister Agnes, this just isn't like you at all. Here I am back safe and sound. Can't you rebuke me just a little for old time's sake? I'm sorry, but I'm just so happy that I cannot help but... Sister. There is no reason to be so solemnly quiet. Well, everyone, to celebrate the return of our dear sister Margie, and to express our joy to heaven, let us finish singing our hymn. Thank you, and bless you all. Oh, yes, sister, may I go upstairs? It's been oh so long, so I want to have a look around up there, too. Oh, but of course, dear. Don't even think of holding back from anything, except for one thing. Never stay away so long like that again. I knew you'd say that. Now that's the Agnes I know. Margie, I'm so glad.
Alright.
It's been a while since the last time I was here. Something wrong, Margie?
Nothing. It's just... I guess I got a little emotional.
Anyhow, take it easy for a while. You put up with enough, okay?
If you are trying to make me cry, you'll fail. Oh, yes. I'll show Faye and Seatown around our cathedral. Follow me.
What a strong girl she is. It's obvious that she really just wants to break down and cry. Yeah, you're right. That's just the way she's always been. For all her talk, she understands her position well. Maybe there are a few things I could learn from her, too.
We go up to the gallery on the second floor from here.
And Citan goes off on a little tangent about the symbolism of the light coming into the cathedral glass. How magnificent!
If we ever got scolded for pranks as kids, Bart and I used to hide here.
Hey, stop telling those old stories. It's embarrassing.
But to me, Bart hasn't changed much since then.
What? You mean I think I'm still a kid?
I like the view from here the best.
Yes, this is breathtaking. Light from the outside shining through the stained glass of the cathedral's front. What a brilliant piece of artistry this is.
Did you notice that the two great angels only have one wing each? According to a legend handed down in Isan, God could have created humans perfectly, but then humans would not have helped each other. So that is what these great single-winged angels symbolize. In order to fly, they are dependent on one another.
Ah, so that is the reason for it. I see. On further inspection, the left angel looks somewhat masculine, while the right one looks somewhat feminine. Now that is an unusual feature, is it not? Usually these depictions are not gender specific, but these angels are clearly distinguishable as having opposing genders. And the space between them is the path from where God advents? Or could it be the path leading to God? Well, I do not know. It could be either, or even both. Now I see. This all coincides with the teachings of Nisan.
Why, Dr. Sitanozuki, you are an amusing fellow.
Oh, excuse me. It is a habit of mine. The doc knows a lot about a lot of things. Sometimes I can't even understand what he's talking about. Huh, forcing them to fly together? It'd be less bothersome if they could fly on their own, don't you think, Faye?
Bart, you're missing the deeper meaning and beauty of it. Someday I wish I could be of help to someone like that. Oh, we haven't visited the room with Sophia yet, have we? You're really supposed to go through some procedures before you can see it, but this time I think it'll be alright if I make a special exception.
Sophia?
Yes, Sophia. She is revered as the founding mother of the nation, and the founder of the Nisan religion who set forth its teachings. There's a special room upstairs that has a portrait of Mother Sophia in it.
I would definitely like to view that. Faye, let us go have a look at it.
It's further on in.
Oh my, what an exquisite portrait. And the beautiful young lady portrayed is quite beyond comparison, too. What is more, this looks rather familiar. What do you think, Faye? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. The hair's a different color, but the atmosphere or personality about her is exactly the same. What? Hair color? What do you mean? What do I mean? Look! It's the girl I met in the forest. It's Ellie. I mean, there's something about her that's just like Ellie. You don't think so? Yes, now that you mention it, she does resemble Ellie. But that is not what I was talking about. I meant that the brush techniques and overall style used in this picture are similar to yours. Really? I would love to have one of the posters of that. They did make posters. And yeah, the hair is more of a brown than an auburn in this painting, but it's definitely Ellie. Looks just like her. Does it? First of all, I'm nowhere near as good an artist. No, it is very similar to your style. But somehow I can sense an atmosphere of sadness in this picture.
She is smiling, but in a way gives the impression that she is anxious. Perhaps the picture is reflecting her inner self? Or perhaps it is the inner feelings of the artist being conveyed. Ah, if you look closely, you will notice that the painting is not completely finished. The artist put his brushes down when it was near completion. Why is that? I don't know, but my grandmother might have known about it. Oh, what if we ask Agnes? She might know something.
Yeah, that definitely looks like Ellie. Just with more cream-colored hair rather than reddish auburn hair.
All right then, I'll be with Sister Agnes.
Well, shall we head back to town for now? Yes, all right. But this painting has caught my curiosity. Do you mind if I speak to Sister Agnes before we head back to town? Yeah, okay. We'll stop by her room on the way out.
Lacan?
Is something wrong, Faye? You look like you are daydreaming. Huh? No, it's nothing. Sorry. Had to yawn there. Stairs are much more tolerable when you can run.
Why does war never disappear from this world? To me it is clear that it is meaningless. Perhaps it is our fate to forever be at discord with each other? The road we must take is out there somewhere, a way out of the confusion we are now facing. The sister sitting diagonally across from me is desperately looking for that answer. We're transcribing scrolls. Scrolls over 100-year-old get worn, so we renew them. It is one of our daily tasks. Somewhere. It must be somewhere. The truth that we have not yet come to know. Oh, that scared me.
You're very devoted.
Well, sort of. It's just that after sneaking into the capital, I started to think about a lot of things, and I've come to realize the world isn't right the way it is now. I wonder what kind of person Sophia was. I would have loved to have met her. I understand you were shown Sophia's portrait? The lady portrayed in that picture is Nissan's great founding mother. Some say that it was painted at least 500 years ago.
500 years ago? Now that is quite amazing. Personally, I find it intriguing. Do you have any historical material from that period?
In our hands, there are no such records left intact. All records and material concerning Sophia have been lost. The portrait is the only thing left. We too do not have much knowledge about her.
That is too bad. So there really is nothing after all?
For someone who has helped Marguerite, I would have loved to have shared them. But unfortunately, I am unable to help you.
Oh well, on the matter. Please do not worry about it. I was just inquiring. But it does seem somewhat strange. If such a majestic building as this survived history, then it is likely a scroll or two would remain too.
According to tradition, Sophia was present about 500 years ago. She sacrificed herself for the people and has been summoned to be with God. That's all I can tell you.
I see. So everything was lost in the darkness of history. Now that I'm about halfway to my grind. Goal. Preparation should be starting near the border of this sixth country for the charge by the Royal Capital's army. But a miscalculated move directed on the enemy is certain to backfire on us, so we'll be taking covert action for a while. I'm on my way there now, but I thought I'd offer a prayer before I go. As a matter of fact, the guy next to me and I were born here. Years ago, we both got tired of the peaceful but boring life here, so we ran away from home. But we both ended up enlisting in the army. It's not that we have any particularly happy memories or whatever here. It's just that, after all, this is the land of our birth, so, well, you know.
I want to see with my own eyes what will become of this country.
I forgot. No, something's not right. What did he forget? What's not right? We'll never know. They don't get very specific. Ah! Young master!
The people of Nisan were most generous to allow us to rent this house, so there will be no need to seek lodgings at the inn for a while. Also, Master Sigurd wishes a word with you regarding your next move, if he may.
Alright, so where is Sig?
The good Master Sigurd is waiting for you inside.
Okay, thanks, Mason. Alright, but before I do that... Let's see. Is the Yggdrasil still blocked off? Yep. Alright. I really wish the encounter rate for that one mech enemy was higher.
Two eternities later.
Nice and back to Nisan. And back to here. The old man from the gun room sent me for supplies. If you want, I can also get gear parts you may need. Just tell me. Oops. Forgot to refuel repair my mechs. Yes.
Alright. Now that I've got that, let's further the plot.
Whenever I come here, it always calms my heart. Anyway, young master, I want to work out what our plans from here on are. Alright, but before we do that, there's something I want to ask you. Me? Yeah. Sig, what's up with you and that Gebler officer? What's the connection between you and him? You know, you sure know a lot about Gebler for some reason. Alright, I'll tell you. Me and Citan here, we used to live in Solaris. Solaris? You mean where Gebler's from? That's right. Solaris calls foreigners lambs. They are used as manual labor. Basically, it's slavery. Slavery? Is that where you met him?
Yes, it was there.
We worked for the Solaris government for a short while, but we learned to dislike their methods and escaped the first chance we had. You were friends with those people? I met you when I was a kid, and we've been together ever since then. So this would have had to have happened even before then. I probably wouldn't have understood this if I'd heard it earlier, but why didn't you think I could deal with it now? Surely you could have told me about this, especially when you had something to do with the people who were backing that Shakan idiot. I wish you'd told me sooner. There's nothing I can do about that now. But there's one thing I want you to believe. We left Solaris on our own will and for our own reasons. Now they've appeared before us, we can't just sit back and do nothing. If need be, I will give my life to stop them. All right, I understand, but can you tell me a little more about it? What bugs me is this surface dwellers thing. It's as if Solaris is in another location, like up in the clouds or something. Yes, well... Etranonk, the capital of Solaris Empire, is located in the skies above. Solaris is separated from the land by a dimensional distortion fields known as gates. Passing between the two requires special means of transportation, such as an airship. To get to Av, we stowed away on a regular flight to the surface. I came much later than Sigurd did, but I also escaped in the same way. That is the word Solarians use to indicate those who live on the earth. As I said before, surface dwellers or earth dwellers are used for manual labor there. Manual labor could be anything from soldiers to administrative jobs. Solaris gathers its workforce from the land dwellers. Jobs are divided up by who is most suitable. Sometimes people are brainwashed. Brainwashed? When you, young master, were still an infant, I was used as a test subject. There was probably something they valued inside of me.
You too, Doc? No. I was born in the lower city levels. It's not a complete secret. But I guess I am a Solarian. You see, you still need people to run a country. No matter how scientifically advanced you are, you have no support without people. Pure Solarians are rare. They would not even make up a quarter of Ov's total population. So they support their country by stealing surface dwellers. His name is Karon Ramses. As you know, he's the Gebler commander. Ramses? We call him Kar. In Solaris, there's an officer training school called Jugend. He became the commander after leaving there. He is a lower level citizen, the same as me. However, with his amazing abilities, after graduating, he rose through the ranks with unparalleled speed. That man had one ideal, to achieve a consolidation of all his colleagues. Even land dwellers, if they had talent, were brought into the army. So you two were picked by Ramses? No, we were not picked by him. We aligned ourselves with him. At that time, we agreed with him. At the time, Ramses was our hope. He had high ideals and wanted to change the system in Solaris. To us test subjects and lower-level citizens, he was truly all that we wished for. A benefactor? Yes, even I, a test subject, was changed by his ideals. So why was it that you wanted to flee from Solaris? We were placed in key military positions by Ramses, and thanks to that we came to know the relationship between Solaris and the surface dwellers. The lambs, right? They weren't just using us lambs for slave labor. They also selected some of us like me to be used as subjects in experiments to refine their drugs. Drugs that change people's personalities, to make them more aggressive, and to draw out their latent abilities. They were using us as human guinea pigs to test their psychological alteration drugs. Human guinea pigs? Experimenting on humans? Yes, for example, drive. That drug and all others like it that are used now are byproducts of human experimentation. However, the role of such experimental subjects was not limited to just that. This drive drug is something that anyone in the Solaris army can use. At least anyone in the Gebler forces who was sent to the surface. You're worried about her, huh? I saw some in a room. No. Anyway, using slaves as guinea pig. How low are these guys? Damn! I think I get most of it. Old Mason, go reserve the town hall for us. We'll finish talking there. I'm gonna go outside and get some air. Oh, my son. Or is it my son? I should have been honest with him sooner. It is best not to worry about it. You did all you could at the time. The young one will understand. I am sure that the young master would never have dreamt of such a tale. Blah, 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 blah. I swear I can talk. I had no idea Sig had such a past. Are you still suspicious of Sigurd?
Well, I mean, it was just so sudden. I kind of expected to hear something different, like we were childhood rivals or something. But that's nothing compared to the story he just told us, is it?
So hearing his story has you confused because it was not so simple. There was a time when he was cooperating with one of Gebler's generals. Furthermore, behind Gebler was a country that you had never even heard of.
Hey, what are you picking on me for?
No, I am not picking on you or blaming anything on you. What I'm saying is this. If you think about how he feels, then you should see why he could not talk about this with you till now. Looking at the activities of Solaris towards other countries up to now, it has never gone beyond simply maintaining their own empire, or self-preservation. And as you have seen, their military power is immense, so Sigurd was probably thinking ahead. First, he was probably concentrating on taking care of the problems here on the continent of Ignis. Once things were settled here, it would give him a stronger foundation to deal with Solaris later, which is a much better plan than rushing straight into a war he knew he could not win. Quite logical, really.
Sounds like you understand one another pretty well.
Well, it is not like we are newly acquainted now, is it? And we have talked about a lot of things up until we decided to escape from Solaris.
Speaking of that, why did you leave? That Ramses guy was supposed to be a star of hope or something, wasn't he?
Yes, I certainly thought so at first. But then I realized his way of thinking really was not that much of a change from the previous system. Basically, the only difference was whether they stressed people's rank and class or their skill. The words had changed, but it was still no different from what Solaris had been doing up until then. He had no intentions of bringing everyone a better way of life.
In other words, he's an elitist. I don't think I like him much either. So, Citan, do you think I can beat Gebler?
Why, are you planning on fighting them?
As long as they're working with Shakan, there's no way around it. The way things are going, I'm sure we'll have to fight them sooner or later.
I suppose so, but even if we were to defeat the Gebler special forces here, there's still Solaris to deal with. If we are not careful, it is possible that we may get involved in a longer war than that with Shakan. Do you not agree that continuing the way we have been going is rather hard on everyone? I think it is time we tried to get help from a greater number of people.
So defeating Shakan's not going to get rid of the likes of Gebler. I know what you're trying to say. To vanquish Gebler, first gain thy throne. Right?
You could put it that way.
What do you mean you could put it that way? But then again, maybe it is time I did something about that. I went to the tool shop to borrow a table. The owner said if we need anything for the young master, just ask for it. I'm grateful. When I was a kid, I borrowed stuff from there and got in big trouble.
Borrowed? What did you take?
A toy boat. I think that's what it was. But I put fireworks in it and let it float on the cathedral's lake. I always used to play Navy. I'm not sure, but I think I pretended the lake was the open sea, and I was a fleet commander. Anyway, forget those old stories. We should get started. First, Gebler is the big problem.
Yes, Ramses is headed towards achieving his goals. That he is now commander of Gebler is proof of that. A normal man could not progress so quickly through that country's organization, and now he is presently located here in Ignis. Frankly, the situation is not very favorable. We need to somehow find a weak spot and attack it with all our might.
first, let's just concentrate on Shakan. Once he's out of the way and Av is safe again, we can think about how to deal with Gebler. With our present strength, we should be able to hold off the Royal Guard forces. The problem is how to deal with Gebler in the meantime. They will most likely move at Shakan's request. They're not just going to sit by and watch quietly.
May I have a look there, please? In short, we want Gebler to leave for a while, at least until we are able to take back the royal capital, Bledavik. These are the Gebler units currently in Av, correct? The Western Guards, the Royal Capital Defense Force, and units along the front line at the border with Kislev. There are three main groups. Each is made up of a mix of Gebler and Av forces. Only two of these are very large. The Royal Capital's defense units and the Kislev border units. The Western Guard along Nisan's border are little more than a surveillance team.
In order to recapture the Royal Capital, it'll be necessary to draw these defense units away from Bledavik.
We have some Kislev-made gears, correct?
Yeah, we captured some earlier.
What if we use those gears to make a raid on the Western Guards here at the border with Nisan?
I see. We'll draw them out by making it look like Kislev is invading Av. But the problem is, will attacking the border guards be enough to set the center in motion?
To be sure then, Nisan will just have to appear to align with Kislev. If they see it that way, they will certainly make a move.
You're saying that you intend to use Nisan as bait? Doc! Shakan is very sensitive to Nisan's and Kislev's actions. If Nisan starts moving, he will probably leave it up to Gebler, but...
Of course I do not wish to do that from the beginning, but looking at the situation, we have to be willing to go that far.
First, we infiltrate into the capital. Take out Shakan. We'll have to meet up with our agents already in the city.
We are forgetting one thing. The frontline units along Kislev's border. The main strength of Av's fleet is the battleship Kefeinzel. It has been in service since the reign of the last king. Because of its firepower, the whole unit is nicknamed the Invincible Fleet. I recall yesterday's intelligence report said that the ship is near the border.
Damn, that puts everything in jeopardy.
Do not feel so down. I simply wanted you to see the current distribution of force in the area. Even in the worst case that they do come, it will not be such a great problem.
What do you mean?
I have some additional information about Av's border fleet. The former Av Supreme Commander was transferred there. Not really transferred, more like demoted.
It's Vanderkalm. Vanderkalm. You don't mean the Vanderkalm that was in Jugend?
The very same. Young one, he has not been able to adapt to the change in tactics, particularly following the introduction of gears. He is a man who will never stray from his dependence on large naval guns.
You mean he's stubborn? He's all size and no real military power, an excellent target for pirates.
Young master, this is not going to be an act of piracy.
Just kidding.
Actually, the number of gears assigned to the fleet seems to have been reduced. Even with that, how gallant of them to be so self-righteous.
Is he that much of a muzzlehead? It'll be fun taunting him.
Young master!
I know. Anyway, C10, do you think you can strike our gear forces?
It is not a problem. Even with Vandercom, we have enough forces left to pull off the feint. However, it would not be wise to underestimate our opponents.
Well, now that we know what we're up against, here's what we'll do. Apart from our main unit heading for Bledevik, we must keep the fleet at the Kislev border from returning to the capital. So you're suggesting we have another unit?
A few effective soldiers to hold the enemy at bay. A small force is best.
A small force?
What if Faye leads a group of gears there?
Me? Hold on now. There's no reason to involve you all in this.
I'll do it. Yes, let me do it. When do we leave?
Are you sure?
We've come this far. Hey, we're friends to the end now. Speed is everything. We should do this as soon as possible.
Alright, tomorrow. I am truly grateful. Faye, Citan. Yeah! There's no way we can lose. No one will die in vain.
Well put, young master. Good morning. What's with the long face? Not feeling well? Or are you feeling sad about saying goodbye? Or maybe you're just nervous?
Shut up, stupid. Don't bug me.
Well, it's almost time.
Yeah, Momo from Xenosaga was clearly modeled after Margie. Yeah. Is everyone ready to go? I'll be waiting here, so let me know when you're through preparing.
I have been waiting for this day for a long time.
There's one thing I gotta do before
There's a new wind blowing today.
I came here in the hopes of finding some souvenirs. On the off chance that there's some military clash, I'll hold out and defend this place. If Shakan's crushed, the country will change. If that happens, I'll go home, propose my girl, and start a new job. Oh, God, you're dead. Dear God, I think you just hit like 3 different death flags there, buddy. I hate to break it to you. I mean, I'll go home, propose to my girl. To propose to your girl, that's a death flag. Start a new job, that's another death flag. If all goes well, that's the 3rd death flag. Are you ready? That man isn't just gonna die, he's gonna get atomized. Our comrades in Nisan will hit the Western Guard in Kislev uniforms as planned. We'll wait for the right moment, then head for the palace in the Yggdrasil. Got it. But avoid any unnecessary deaths. This especially goes for the Av troops and also the people from Gebler. Yes, we understand. I guess I'm gonna go raise some hell in my Veltal then. We're counting on you.
Next time we meet, I won't be able to call you Bart or Young Master. Maybe Your Majesty?
Cut it out. Bart's fine. Great Mother of Nisan.
Hey, you know I hate that title.
Well, we're out of here.
Okay, good luck. Marguerite and Bartholomew, seeing you two brings my hopes up. Long ago, before the Fatimas of Av were called Fatima, the royal brothers and their wives oversaw many prosperous reigns or eras. I'm looking forward to the day when, as the great mother of the Nisan sect, you will take your place on the throne as Bartholomew's wife. What? Hey, hold on! I hate talking about queens and romance. Bart and I are just best friends. Marriage is the best friendship. Well, Marguerite, at the rate that you are maturing into a beautiful woman, I don't think Bart will be able to ignore you much longer. Stop it! You're embarrassing me!
Yeah, she's like 14, it looks like. I know Bart's only like 16, 17, but still. Each squad of gears take off, in order, from here to avoid being picked up. We'll meet at the Rockies at the border tomorrow at 1200. Got it?
Okay.
Time has finally come.
I'm pumped.
Ooh, bunch of faceless guys. You're all gonna die. Though the warship's outdated, you're only going in as a small unit. It's gonna be a tough fight, but you could change Av's future. I'm counting on you. Leave it up to us, young master. We'll drag Vanderkamp's tail around and around. Right, son? Don't call me son, because you sure ain't my pops. Huh? Oh, ha ha ha. Young master, we promised to make something out of this battle. Faye, it's odd for me to say this since I'm the one who got you involved, but be careful, okay? You too. If anything happens to me, take care of Margie and them for me. Don't jinx yourself, it's not like you, but I'll take care of them. Don't worry. Yeah, he just jinxed himself pretty hard. Ooh, CGI scene. Gotta love those super advanced PS1 era graphics. And another Gundam launch. It's also kind of fun that this is an electromagnetic catapult. Although I wonder about the cylindrical tubes behind the Veltal. Was it originally planned for Yggdrasil to have a giant rail cannon that it would fire? Because those looked like port or you know, ejection for a giant friggin' magnum revolver. Hey, we're playing the C10. Oh, aren't you going to rest up a little? At long last, we are headed to Bloodivik tomorrow. Though he is the prince, our young master doesn't know the royal capital very well. I'd always felt that was an awful pity, but despite that, I tried my best to raise him as crown prince. However, looking back, I might have put too much of the burdens of kingship on him too early in life.
and it might have been too much for a child with a future like his to handle. I must be the most terrible minder ever. My dear Lord Mason, I hardly think that is right. The young one would have taken the burden off of himself had he not wanted to bear it any longer. He is a fine man now, far capable of handling any such burdens or pressures. And I believe you are the very ones who have given him the strength to do so. Oh, my good Dr. Uzuki. How may I be of service? I forget. Anything I can do, do down here? Nope. Nope. I think that one becomes Rico's room. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Once again, final checks. Every second counts. The young master forever. When we had engine trouble a long time ago, the young master jumped in to fix it. Sigurd tried to help the young master, and they ended up both injuring an eye. We're proud of the young master, but he sometimes rushes into things. The chief thinks it's all his own fault. Shoot, I found a bug at a time like this. What should I do? I wonder if I'll be able to fix it by tomorrow. That old man is all fired up with zeal. I sure hope his blood vessels don't burst. No need to worry. His blood vessels are made of duralumin and oil flows in them. Amateurs don't belong here, so get lost. The coil break at the toroids cool down suddenly. It's big, but it's delicate. The mechanic's greatest moment is the night before a mission. Tomorrow's that once-in-a-lifetime day when this ship can show what it's really made of. I'm gonna make you beautiful, old girl. And pet the good boy. Good boy. Man, I keep getting offered to buy viewers on this friggin' app. Yeah, the game really does not do a good job of telling you where you need to go next sometimes. I remember first time playing this, it took me forever to figure out to come up here. I basically had to go through every area of the ship. Why such a glum face? Tomorrow's our first return to your castle in 12 years. Return into the castle. After we get the royal palace back, I guess I'm gonna be the king. I'm not very suited for it, am I? Oh, you'll get used to it. Listen, Sig. Yes? I guess it really doesn't matter who the king is, does it? As long as it's a symbol of hope, right? It doesn't have to be me. I was kidnapped by Solaris and brainwashed for use as a human guinea pig. But even they couldn't erase my desire to return home. Then I remembered you and Marguerite, not as the royalty of our country, but as just normal children. I don't care about rebuilding a dynasty. I want to regain this kingdom because it belongs to you. Because it's your home. Because it's my home? Yes. For that, we must take Shakan down tomorrow. Am I correct? Right, then let's do it. But first, I think you need to take a bath. A bath? You don't look like a king at all. You're facing the enemy's leader, so you must have a noble appearance. Hey, you just said it didn't matter whether I'm a king or not. That is that, this is this. That someone was waiting for you. That one thought was all it took for you to regain yourself. You are a great man, Sigurd. And zoom in on the moon. Then zoom back out.
That is such a good shot for a PS1 game. You got to admire the level of technical achievement here. Especially considering this was like the first game done by this team. You know, this feels less impressive now that I've already done that a few times on foot while grinding for money. Now, the fact that he's one-shotting each of them, that's impressive. And Groff was there. He's out of control. Stop him. I don't care how. Just stop him. Doesn't that faceplate look awful familiar? This can't be. Help! And Ramses survived that. He got stepped on by a giant robot, and he survived.
What's wrong? You look like you just had a nightmare. It wasn't that same dream again, was it?
No, it was nothing.
Car. Peeping is not very becoming, you know. I saw the boy that you were after fight in the tournament. I could tell right away. He resembles you greatly.
You used the influence of the ministry to set you up with that man. I don't know what you are up to, but don't you dare think about plotting against me. You stay out of this.
Oh, I see the news has already reached you. As usual, you're the first to hear about everything. But don't worry, I won't steal your prized possession. I'll cooperate. Besides, you and I go back a long way.
And they really do. There is a long history there. Ow? What's up?
No, for a moment I thought I caught some unnatural sounds.
We're near the capital. It's probably just some kind of ship from there.
But it's not from the surface, it's from under the sand.
Under the sand? This is the only sand cruiser in all of Av. We haven't heard anything about a new ship even from the spies at Av Naval HQ. Friends, can you try again and confirm what it is?
I can't catch it again. It could have been a sand whale.
Young Master, I'm detecting an increase in the use of the F-band. That's the Royal Capital's defense horses frequency.
There, on the surface layer. I'm detecting sounds of anchors being weighed in and engines being activated. The Royal Capital's defense fleet must be departing.
We also intercepted a transmission from the patrol at the border with Kislev. They're requesting immediate backup from the Royal Capital. Looks like we've really raised some hell at the border. All right, let's start. Ready the shuttle boats. When we land, hide the ship.
Young master, I have an awfully bad feeling about this. Do be careful.
It's all right, old Mason. What, this little girl's our commanding officer? She said to be an elite out from out of Jugend. She returned single-handedly from the Kislev infiltration operation.
And empty-handedly, from what I hear. No souvenirs for the commander, huh?
Yep, what a pretty face. She's not the soldier type.
You there, is that how you address your superior officer? Remember your rank.
Oh, scary.
We don't care much for rank. And we don't care much for rank either. But just because you're beautiful doesn't mean you have to be cocky.
Ha! This jerk's just jealous.
What? I'm much prettier. How could I be jealous?
Hey, shut that perv up. He gives me the creeps. And that's how it is. So don't get in our way, Miss Lieutenant. Anyway, let's just get this thing moving. Can't tell what it can do just by looking at it.
What kind of machine is this? I've never seen it before.
It's a new model gear called Vierge that's for officers' use only. It said that people with normal mental power can't operate it.
So she's still a Jugend regardless of having no ability?
Ha!
This looks like fun. Let's see what you can do. I keep forgetting what voice to use for Vance.
If I was a better imitator of voices, I'd give him Lance Vance's voice from GTA. Head for the mountain peak. There's no time to waste. Deploy!
Really? That's why I couldn't jump. I got into a fight. Literally. As soon as I started.
Okay, yeah, triangle attacks are enough for the Medusoids. The jellyfish things. I get nothing from fighting the Medusoids. Oh, yes. Yes. You might be wondering why I'd forego 8 points of defense for a vaguely defined statistic like response. because response enhances my accuracy and makes it more likely for me to dodge. See? Ooh, got an eyeball. The not being able to jump right as the battle's getting ready to load thing does get old. But oh, another eyeball. Thank you. Man, it took that a while for it to load the attack. Yeah, it's a nomad fix bot that got taken over by Mothra's ugly twin brother. This is a much better place to farm money than the outskirts of Nisan. Problem is, it doesn't come up till after you are done at Nisan. I seem to have become a little lost in here. Oh, and I saw some really strong looking gears flying around above here. By the way, I found these things during my travels. See anything you like? That would be another item worth getting. That's nice to have, but not for these fights. This is a good item for this next set of fights, because it means you won't have to worry about the one guy's little armor reduction attack. I hope to see you again. Let's save, because I don't want to fuck this up and have to redo everything from before I left Nisan. Faye, a Kepler gear unit. What? Let me handle this. But, we don't have time. While we're wasting time here, Bart's team is already on the way to the castle. Hurry. Roger. That gear? Don't tell me it's Faye. Hey, is that him, the guy from before? Yep, that's him, all right. Good, it's time for a rematch. Don't fall behind, sister. You're in the way. Why don't you stay over there and just watch? Yeah, we can take care of these guys on our own. Sorry about this. Get out of the way. You, all of you, hold! I haven't given out any orders to attack yet. But attack they will. I'm about to kick their asses. That's why I equipped the beam armor. Actually, I will engage the booster. Restore defense. Alright. Some nice upgrades there. Hit percentage up, attack up, EP and HP up, ether up. Nice. That's a good level up. Ah! Ugh! Vance, Helm, you two okay? Why am I losing to a lamb? Something's wrong. Way wrong. Vance, get a hold of yourself. Oh yeah? I need more drive. I can't do it. I can't
fight fate, but the only thing left is to use the drive. But,
And trip down Bad Memory Lane, which looks just like the Gebler base we were just in for some reason.
Well, what are you doing?
Don't worry. It's just the drive. The drive will just readjust your balance and make you feel good.
I don't want it. I don't want to use it.
You think we're going to make an exception just because your father's top brass?
Please go away.
Yeah, I remember this well enough to quote that almost verbatim, even without the text being there. You have no recollection? There were no records on mental enhancement drug use up until now. Then it was sudden. She's probably a type that can't handle the drive. That probably caused her lapse into delirium. And her loss of self-control? You mean an unconscious burst of pent-up antipathy? But everyone has that. Is that why the innate ability is so high? Yes, what did the commander call those girls again? It's probably higher than they are. Then it's an instantaneous jump in numerical value. But we can't use her as a test subject in front of Eric. It's a pity we can't manage it, since there's so much potential. We'll leave you to the Bureau. Stay at your residence until further notice. Don't worry, you have power worthy of the Chosen Ones. It's those weak people's fault for not being able to withstand your powers.
Please stop it.
And she went carry on him. Or elfin lead. Yeah, that looks more carry. Don't. Any more drive and you'll waste your mind. I don't care. I'm already messed up as it is. Stop this now, Vance. I'll handle it. That voice, Ellie. Ellie, is that you? Faye, what are you doing? You shouldn't be here. Ellie, your face. What's wrong? Don't tell me you're using that personality-changing drug that Bart told us about. It has nothing to do with you. And would you quit trying to be so friendly? Air odds. Oh yeah. Wow, did you see that? Those were air rods. Air rods? Animum Ether Response Offensive Drones, commonly known as air rods. Within Gebler, there are only a handful of people capable of using them. From what I hear, it should only be people from the Elements class. But isn't it like a side effect of the drive? It's no big deal, right? No, the drive can only draw upon the potential that already exists in her. You're looking at it. The real thing, boys. Ellie, stop it. Why must we fight? Why? It's obvious. It's divine providence. We are the chosen people, the Abel. Our purpose of existence is to subordinate the earth-dwelling lambs to those who stand in our way. Must be eliminated. Thank God she never learned her death blows beyond the first one.
Ellie, snap out of it! Your emotions are being controlled by the drug.
This is my true nature. There is no other.
That's a lie. You once felt responsible, blaming yourself for causing the incident in Lahan by landing there. You were considerate of me when I was troubled. The real you would never say anything like that.
You talk as if you would know, yet you know nothing. Writhe, dance, die and rot in obscurity here.
Ellie, must I fight you?
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Thank God I cleared all her subordinates while taking minimal damage. And that I had the wherewithal to equip the magnetic coat and the old circuit. Of course, this attack never misses. And I'm going to have to speed up and take her down before she gets that off too many more times. The combination of magnetic coat and old circuit should not be underestimated. Oh dear God, a third one? A fourth one? Can you stop spamming that, please? And this is why I saved before starting this fight. It looks like it's over for you. I'll put you out of your misery now. Fear not. In return for treating me so kindly, I'll kill you painlessly. Farewell, Faye. My head. What happened? There's something wrong with Ellie. I can probably stop her now. Ellie, wake up and snap out of it. Silence, impertinent fool. I will not listen to a lamb. That's not true. No, I don't want this. Are you okay? Ellie, what? Are the effects of the drug wearing off? The pose and the sounds, a little sus there, guys. Is that it? Ellie,
Is that what's happening? Shut up! I've no need for outward appearances of compassion. Uh, 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 Faye. Help! This isn't me. Hang in there, Ellie. Don't let go of your true self. No! Okay, I know I beat the crap out of all our subordinates, but where are they now that I'm pinning their boss to the ground? In a really suspicious manner. No! Ellie! Ellie, why? I warned you. I said the next time we met, we'd be enemies. But there's no reason for you to do this to yourself just so you can fight. There's no reason for you and I to fight. None at all. There was no other choice. I'm a Solaris officer. I can't turn my back on my unit, the mission. Why did you have to use the drive? I didn't want to. When I use it, I change. I feel like I'm dominated by some unknown power that I never wanted. There's a power in me I don't want to admit. But I want to protect my allies, so I had no choice but to use the drive. Ellie, you're the same as me. The same? Probably. I felt I knew you ever since I first met you. Probably because our problems were so similar. I'm here for you. It may not be much, but at least I can relate to how you feel, Ellie. What? Are you saying we lick each other's wounds? No, that's not... well, I guess I am. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not being fair, am I? No, I'm just pessimistic sometimes. But even so, it's better than worrying about it by yourself. Faye. You won't change your mind? Please, don't look so sad. I have no choice. It is my only home. I have to go. My friends are waiting for me. If you can, get out of the army, Ellie. That look doesn't suit you at all. I gotta hurry. I watch you from the shadows. You're very powerful. I've only got the same items before. Anything you like? Gear parts, refuel, repair. Need it badly. I hope to see you again. And you know what? That's as good a place to stop as any. We didn't get as much progress as we did last stream because I spent the vast majority of this one doing nothing but grinding for money so I could buy that ether doubler, which will be very important later. It'll make a lot of boss fights in the rest of this disc very, very trivial. But considering the time, I think it's about time I stop streaming. To anybody who's watching, y'all have a good night. And for those catching the VOD, if I can find the editing software and get it to work, I will cut out the majority of the grind, so that way
you don't have to sit through 3 hours of that. Good night, everybody.